What's up, guys? Welcome and thank you for being here with us on PS Best Friends, episode 28 for the week of November 21st, 2017. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community
For the community.
We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. That was a hell of an intro. We got a huge show for you today. We're going to talk some GameStop's news regarding their new used rental program. We got a couple of Call of Duty updates. Miguel will bring those to you. And then, of course, I'm going to give you my take on Star Wars Battlefront II. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Of course, with us, we bring you the weekly goods. Jeffrey Mizrahi, the Brooklyn bad boy, is the one that reads them off to you.
Miguel, could you make more noise during the intro next time? What up?
Sounded like the fucking, what's his name from Crash Bandicoot? Fucking, who's the first boss?
Uku? Oh, kangaroos day job.
No, you're thinking fucking, I don't know. Chicago's prodigal son down in the.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm here too. Miguel
Alvarez.
All
right, so let's get into it. So
we got a big juicy one today.
Yeah,
so.
we got
a lot of news, heavy news.
A lot to talk about. We're going to start off Nathaniel Hicks on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. If you want to drop us a question, he starts us off by asking, so after hearing World War II impressions last week, I got to say so far I disagree to an extent. Put a little more time in the multiplayer, and I do enjoy it. So, Miguel, you wanted to react to this one. Go ahead.
One sec. Hold up, though. Let me preface. I was telling you guys earlier this week, and I'm going to get into it after we talk about this, but we should let's try focusing on playing the games you enjoy and just enjoying them if you enjoy them, you know? I feel like there's a lot of...
so you want to focus on the positive.
Yeah, more of the positives of these games.
Well, I guess I'm going to log out. I'm out then.
Why don't we start that initiative after Miguel talks?
Fair enough. Like, you got to call it the bullshit, but...
All right, that's the thing is, yeah. Miguel, go ahead.
There is.
Nathaniel asked that, and I asked why. I asked him to specify what did he like about it, and he replied with that the multiplayer feels good and it's simplified and fun. It feels bare bones to him, which is good for him.
Okay.
In my opinion, is not. He doesn't like the pretty much the 9 maps. Everybody's complaining about the 9 maps. That's pretty much his only complaint. I'm like, okay, dude, relax.
Battlefield's night maps are the best.
No, yeah,
no. So the dedicated servers are back and running according to them. The headquarters is. I just checked a couple minutes ago, and it seems like it's working now, which is a good thing. Finally,
now filled with people, and it was looking fun. It was looking fun. We were playing around.
Yeah, and I checked
my social spaces.
The 1v1 is working. It seems like it's working, so that's good too. It better be working because tomorrow, meaning Tuesday the 21st, they're gonna release the COD points, and I'm sure supply drops. So. Oh
yeah!
Wow! They're getting that under the wire.
Yep.
The game's completely. The COD points in. That's fun.
I got a little story for you guys. I was playing yesterday, Sunday night. I played a couple matches of it. The first match that I played, I got my ass whooped. I went 6-24 or something like that. Woo. It's rare, I know. So. I told you guys that I got a Net Duma rotor that I'm able to see who's host and where the dedicated server is and everything. And I didn't notice at the beginning the guy was lagging really bad, like really bad. So I got pissed off. I stayed in the game. I don't know why. He destroyed me, but I checked and it was peer-to-peer, and he was in California. So the dedicated servers are not fully there. When people are like, I'm sure, because in the last match that I played, I went 19-2, and I was like, I'm good, I'm out. I did good, I'm out.
Like, I'm not going to ruin my mood right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had a good match, let me get off.
And I checked, and most of them were dedicated servers. There's another one that was peer-to-peer, but it was here in like down south Illinois. So they're like up and down. They're still working on it, I'm sure.
They get in there.
The maps, they have no flow. Someone told me, one of my friends that I was playing, he's like, remember how you played Battlefield, not Battlefield, Black Ops 1 and like Modern Warfare 2 or whatever, like stay back, chill, pretty much camp. This is how you got to play this game if you think about it.
Interesting. Bringing back
Because because the small maps, you got to watch for the spawns because the spawns are all over the place because the map's too small.
Yeah, spawns were bad when I
And there's a bunch of places that you could head glitch.
2 big maps.
That's another problem.
The
The map I forgot the name.
I mean, the game is. I mean,
It's
Nathaniel's point. It's simple.
the
And
base.
you like the simple, which like I was like saying like
I don't like
there's
the
I
simple.
remember last week's podcast. I was just listening to it. I said there's only really 2 perks. You know, your division and your
Nah, if you level up your division, you get up to 5.
I'm saying, but customizable, changeable perks.
Oh, yeah, I guess
You only have
you
2
say that.
slots, so to speak.
And right now, there's 2 basic trainings that you pretty much need to run. The other ones you need if you want to be competitive. You need
the
it's
basic
Prime
training
and I forgot the other
counts.
one.
Like one is like carries a launcher, the other one's like I don't know.
There's a bunch that you
Yeah,
don't need, but there's like 2 that you actually need
But yeah,
to play the game.
so that's the
Like the game's okay.
updated take on World War II.
It's okay. I still think what I said last week still follows. Am I gonna keep playing? I don't know. I'm in the I don't know boat.
But
I think once that game's fixed, you'll probably start playing it more.
Are they gonna fix the maps? That's my question.
Probably not. People
There
are
you
playing
go.
it anyways. So
yo, I was playing Modern Warfare 2 on the PS3 this week, and first of all, how the fuck did we let No Russian go? Like, how did that fly under the wire? I know it's picked
When?
up back in the day, but in 2009.
Because
I don't know,
America wasn't. I'm not gonna say
different
that. I'm gonna
times.
rephrase myself.
No, but what I was gonna say is 16 in maps in the vanilla game. 16.
Yeah.
yeah,
Even Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare,
I think
Infinite
3
Warfare
had, like,
had 13, I think.
Yeah.
But they're putting the war mode, which fucking sucks, as multiplayer.
But still,
and
there's
people
only
are gonna
3
stop playing
war
that
maps, and that equals 12. I mean, I don't know. And because Modern Warfare 2 is also, it didn't just throw maps at you. All 16 of those were super memorable.
Yep, they're all good.
Yo,
Black
Rust-
Ops 2, all
Customs
good.
on
Rust, I hate. Fuck.
Rust.
No, High Rise is where it's at. Team High Rise right there.
Customs on Rust.
But let's also move
Oh,
on
yeah.
to Daniel's second part.
1v1.
For
Yeah.
you, Anthony. Also, I'd love to know thoughts about Battlefront 2's campaign. I heard Tim Geddes say it was really bad.
Oh, he destroyed that.
The shit
Okay.
things.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm
Yeah.
going to close out the show with my thoughts for Battlefront 2 because I have a
it's
lot to
an
say.
Oh,
and
nice
I
little
wanna
tease, huh?
The show.
get into the rest of the show. So I'm going to close out. I will give my thoughts on the campaign.
So we're gonna start with a negative and then end with a positive. Somewhat positive.
Might be the other way around. So the campaign, I'm of 2 minds of the campaign because
Can I let me
As-
say this. Because what I'm hearing is if you're a Star Wars fan, like it's enjoyable, I guess. And if you're like somewhere in the fence with Star Wars, it's like it really
does
bad.
nothing for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So here's the deal.
and you're a big Star Wars fan, just to say that, right?
I mean, I'm wearing a Rebel Alliance shirt. It's kind of hard to see in the light, but you can kind of
It's
see.
yeah, it's just looks like a regular shirt.
Yeah, there's like you can kind of see the outline. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it
I
looks
see
orange.
it. I see it. It's slightly red.
Kind of see it.
Search YouTube
It's-
for best friends for this riveting
So
visual.
you can stare at my boobs.
Oh yeah.
So here's the deal with the campaign.
With
With
It's
that face, you already
I
said
beat you.
everything
Yeah, I
you
beat
wanted
you.
to say with that face.
Beat the
I beat
campaign.
the
Tune in
campaign.
and watch it.
It's enjoyable to play, but
Is it?
the narrative is all over the place. It feels really disjointed, which is a lot of people are saying. I agree with that. It's somewhat predictable. I won't spoil anything, but it's pretty predictable. Once you get about 4 missions in, you'll know what I'm talking about. The performances are excellent. Janina plays Iden Versio. Oh shit, I can't remember the guy that did the capture and voice for Del Mico, but he was really good too. He's one of the other members.
The IMDb has just a list of people's names and their roles, like where it would say the person's role. Just
Yeah,
says,
so Roger
voice
Craig
actor.
Smith definitely did the voice
fuck
for
does
Luke
that
because it
mean?
sounds just like Chris Redfield. That one was kind of weird. Some of the voice acting was excellent, like some of the like sound-alikes were excellent, and some of them were like, you don't sound anything like Princess Leia. Or like Rey doesn't sound anything like Rey. But the guy that did Han Solo sounded great. I think they actually did get Billy D. Williams.
Roger Craig Smith isn't in this.
He was that too. You sure?
Nolan North is in this. Or no, wait, Nathan Nolan. What? I don't know why I read that.
I don't know. Anyways,
go back to the campaign.
Yeah. Anyways, so the campaign. There's some infuriating moments in the campaign, just from a design structure, like not story wise, like just physically playing the game. There's moments where it'll be like, go do this objective. You got a new objective, and then it takes like 20 seconds for the objective to pop up on the screen, and like you're like, it'll be like interact with this fucking interface thing to turn on open a door or something, and you're standing at it, but then it doesn't pop up for like 10-15 seconds. You're like, what am I supposed to do? So there's a lot of weird stuff like that that's just like mechanically is kind of off about the game. And then
I thought you were going to continue.
Matt Mercer. Yeah, okay. Matt Mercer. Okay,
the voice Kylo Ren.
Now that I read it, it makes sense. So Matt Mercer apparently
Leon S. Kennedy, not Chris Redfield.
Let's get back to the campaign.
Well, Roger Craig Smith is Chris Redfield. I was just getting my Resident Evil characters confused. So the campaign is. I feel like I got to start over. I keep getting interrupted.
Do you recommend it?
There you go.
For people to play it.
If you're gonna get this game for the multiplayer, I would say play the campaign. If you wanted to buy this game only for the campaign, I say
there you go.
Because it's very short. It's not 4 hours. Anyone saying it's 4 hours is playing on the easiest difficulty and running straight through it. It's about, and I played on the normal difficulty. It's about 5.5 to 6, 7 hours. I didn't keep exact track, but right around there. But it's like 5 to 7.
Like around 5 hours. Let's put 5 hours.
That range if you want to
that
through it.
My brother beat it in around 4 as well, if that adds to the conversation.
It depends how you're.
I mean, I also played it in separate chunks too. So if I played it straight through, maybe it would have been. I don't know. I did love. I mean, I'm obviously a huge Star Wars fan. You know, I got like fucking Star Wars like shit everywhere.
Yeah, you're better with Star Wars then.
So going through just a post Revenge of the not Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, world was awesome. Seeing what certain characters were up to. I mean, like, there's a certain character that goes back to a certain place, and it's like, oh shit, this person went there. That's really cool because it's like, I can't. It's tough to not spoil it.
So I heard talks about the story. One of the writers is Mitch Dyer. They used to work in a former employee for IGN, right?
Yep, he was a former editor for IGN.
Editor, yeah.
He reviewed the first Battlefront, actually.
Yep, and he's a writer now for it, or used to be. I don't know.
He's with Motive.
So the story. He told to some friends that the story was to have what's the name of the main character when you start?
Iden Versio.
Yeah, to have a story with her from start to finish without jumping to some other characters you play.
Oh
with.
Yeah, this is what he said.
Supposed to be.
Where they saw the game. Where's Chewbacca?
But someone came in. I'm not sure who. I don't know if it's like EA or Disney. Hey, you guys gotta comment. You guys gotta put these characters in here, and you gotta play with them. So maybe that mess up the story, the campaign.
I mean, that I could totally see that happening because there's moments in the game where you're like, I thought this is Iden's story, and then Iden's
do you think
it's sort of there, but you're like, why am I playing
the story? You think her original story couldn't have been done well and I guess still coherent with these little cameos from the characters, the execs?
They could have, but you know
what I'm saying?
They said that they needed to the players or whoever's gonna buy the game needed to play as those characters that are in the campaign. That's why they have their own sections. So it seems like
it definitely
they started the campaign and probably the stuff that's coming on in the DLC for free.
Or like someone's explaining a story of what Luke did, and then it's like you're playing that story. I don't know. I feel like I'd accept more, I guess. I'd be more tolerant if it was just a Destiny situation where
that's a good point. It feels like Destiny 1. Like they started something and they had to cut stuff out.
So I guess there are
for one reason or another.
It feels like there's gaps in the story where it's like when you're playing as like a hero character, like when you're playing as like the only one that actually felt like it fit
that sucks.
Was Han Solo's. Like he has his own mission. All the and
Not Solo has a mission.
So wait, you're playing as what, the rebel? No, not the rebels. The
the Empire.
Why is Iden Versio?
The Empire.
There's other missions,
And then you start playing
you
with
do good guy stuff. I don't want to know the spoiler, but we're kind of running long in the tooth in this.
Yeah. So overall, the campaign, the story, what was there for Iden was good. There's just not a lot there. That's the thing. So
let me ask you this to finish it out real quick.
The story, if you're not,
do you wish that they had just stick with her for like 6 hours?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So it was. Okay.
Janina was great, and Agent Miko, one of the other guys in Inferno Squad, I liked him a lot too. Hask was kind of forgettable, but Miko was cool.
So
and the
parts
droid,
of the campaign are good.
she has a droid. She literally just calls him droid, and the droid was pretty cool too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, and let me just, for the record, let me say, I never wanted a campaign in Battlefront. Battlefront, to me, back in the PS2 era and PSP era, I played a fuck ton of Battlefront 2.
But a lot of people asked for it, dude. So.
I think it'd be a shame.
Battlefront was always a multiplayer game for me. Even if it was co-op, even if it was
what happened with the first one?
It was always a multiplayer game.
Yes, so I agree.
I think people got the wrong. People made up in their heads. They're like, "Why isn't there a story? There never was a story."
The first Battlefront on like the PS2 and stuff, they had stories. Definitely.
But it wasn't a story. It was like a story mode, quote unquote. But it's like you make your own missions, and there wasn't like cutscenes.
I don't know if to dispute that, but I don't know. From what I hear,
no, dude, I played Battlefront 2 on Xbox like recently, and
we will definitely be talking about.
It was never a campaign.
Battlefront 2 later on.
I'll give you my whole rundown on that. But now it is time.
Oh no, hold on! I didn't get to it. I haven't played. So
I'm playing a lot more, but
besides having a weird PS3 error flashback where I went to play Need for Speed Most Wanted,
I forgot.
LA Noire, just putting old games in my fucking system.
Cutting you off. Sorry, get over it. This is the thing that I said I did a thing earlier on the Facebook group.
For audio listeners, Anthony,
because you listen to the audio, I bought a brand new blue import Vita, and it's gorgeous, and you can see it on the YouTube page.
Vita 2000 is the model.
Same one that Gio Corsi had on stage at PSX 2 years ago. Whenever that PSX that Gio had the blue Vita on stage. It's that one.
I didn't say this anecdote last episode, right? With the online passes. Did I say that?
I don't remember.
Interesting note.
We're like all over the place this episode.
4 years into PS3 generation, 2006, 2010, we got online passes. EA bringing you have to charge for online if you buy the game you use. Remember that shit. Everyone hated that. 4 years into this generation, PS4, 2013, 2017, we're getting the loot box craze. I don't know. Interesting. 4 years after generation, we don't know what the fuck to do. But yeah, I was playing some games. There was like a time before loot boxes, before industry nonsense. And it's cool just playing a game outside of the industry, like talking about it, just like in its own little capsule. But then I played Hellblade. I played Hellblade, and I really I feel like it's the year of wanting to like games I'm not liking, which is the weirdest thing. Like Horizon, I really wanted to like, but I didn't really like it that much. Hellblade, nice. But I like the whispering and I like the combat. It's very interesting. And I was playing Metroid this week, Samus Returns. That was pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a solid game. It was just I got like 4 hours in and I kind of got it, and it was on GameFly.
That happens to me with a lot of GameFly games where I'm like, I get it, and I just send it
back.
I
killed 23 out of 40 Metroids. It's like, 17. You good? I'll leave you. I'll leave you be.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried that's what's gonna happen with Wolfenstein. Is I'm worried I'm gonna get it on GameFly. I'm gonna play
you're gonna want to finish
5 levels and be like, yeah, I'm over it.
Wolfenstein, you're gonna want to finish the story. If you want to know what we had to say about Wolfenstein, I made a video review. Go over to YouTube, check it out. Wolfenstein 2 video review. PS Best Friends. What do I think about it? You know where to find that. But we've been also playing. Yeah, Miguel, what you been playing this week?
One last thing. Yeah, I played Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds.
Yeah, I started it finally.
Ooh.
And holy guacamole, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm not super far in it, but I did notice you said previously. Probably off air that the snowstorms actually limit your visibility, and the first time that happened to me, I was like, why can't I see it? And
exactly.
I was like, even Miguel was talking about.
Even if you activate
alters the game.
Yeah, if you activate the echo
focus.
the focus thing, it's still you're not able to see the machine, but you could see like the highlights of
They'll
it.
outline it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
That's pretty cool.
this is
So, like,
really
it's
interesting. And she
incentive to,
starts like running really like actually like
Like
it
trudging
feels like
through
she's
snow.
like it feels like she's like running through snow.
like Nathan Drake in the beginning of.
I saw some cool gifs of they rendered the grass, leaves, blades under the snow. So if you run around snow for a bit and like the snow like moves around, you see grass coming out from it. Did you see that? I saw a gif of that.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah,
Such a
game-
guerrilla attention to
so
detail. I can only imagine
game of the year, man.
what that Stranding will look like on fucking Decima Engine. That will blow my mind. It has to be open world again, right? I can't imagine him not doing open world, Kojima. Either way,
He said it's open world. I'm pretty sure he said it was
did
open
he say
world.
open world? I don't know. He said
Yeah, he did say
It was an open world action game, I think.
okay.
Anyways, now it is time for.
The Islander report.
There'll be some news.
Fucking A, man. This is the long. We might have to cut out the game time at the end because there are 16 items on this list.
We'll do game time quick. Why don't we just run through? Certain things we could just like mention and then just
All
move
right. First up, okay. Hold
Captain's count.
There you go.
on.
Can't start until that's said. But first,
Wait,
Battlefront 2.
should
Yeah,
we just group everything together there?
Yeah, no, this is gonna be
Yeah, 'cause-
okay. Here's a timeline of what happened last week.
Go for it.
I don't even. I thought this was a timeline, but it's kind of out of order. Whatever.
Yeah.
EA tried. Bullshit. Microtransactions. Early access people, the play first trial people from EA Access got a hand of this. Posted on the Reddit. Developer replied to that post. Most downvoted post ever. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the one before that was like
I'm sure
20,000.
There's like a Nazi post that should be downvoted more, but whatever.
No. Listen, the most downvoted before this EA post that defended their microtransaction inclusion was a post asking to be the post with the most downvotes, and it had about 20,000. So people just downvoting too.
And what happened after that?
This one has 700,000 downvotes. Then they realized people thought that was nonsensical, so they lowered the amount of credits you would need to unlock a hero in the game, which was the big issue on how
Okay,
long
let me
that-
jump in.
They
real-
lowered by 75%.
Let me jump in real quick. So the original cost of a character was 60,000 credits. They dropped it down to 15,000 credits, but they also reduced the amount of credits
Good
you
point.
earn.
Point.
So, and this is going to be, I'm going to talk about this at the end of the episode, but so this,
So funny they do
All right,
both.
go ahead.
You know, one doesn't
Continue.
talk about the other.
so yeah, go,
So now
go ahead.
they lowered it. And at this point they do the AMA,
So-
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So they lowered that.
They do the AMA. Don't
They
answer.
took down.
shit.
They,
They didn't
took down the microtransactions.
take down microtransactions after the AMA. No. No,
Yeah,
probably-
it was after the
Yeah.
after Papa Bob called him.
Yes. So they did the AMA. They tried defending everything with non-answers like a motherfucker. And then right before the game goes live, they
And
take
then
out-
no, that's
Day
not what
before the
happened.
worldwide
That's
launch.
not what happened.
What?
Then it came in, took the belt
Well,
off.
we found that out afterwards.
Oh,
so they
yeah.
announced.
We
Okay,
didn't
so
know about this, but then the
they
Disney
announced that they pulled the microtransactions from the game. They said you cannot buy any crystals anymore. You could still buy loot boxes, but only.
And
with
they're gonna come in later
then
on. In the game.
afterwards, it was rumored. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but it was heavily rumored that CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, had called the CEO of EA. I'm not sure what his name is. Sorry,
Andrew Wilson.
Andrew Wilson. So he called him, and that apparently Disney is real.
It is
mad
confirmed.
that EA is
It
making
is confirmed.
their brand look bad. So
It is confirmed by the
Bob
Wall
Iger
Street
dropped the
Journal.
hammer on EA.
The Wall Street Journal. All right.
Yep.
But yeah,
They
so
came in. They came in like fucking. Let's see, red pepper. I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but whatever.
I don't
And
even get
they came in and it's like, hey, you guys gotta take it out.
So yeah,
And
so
they
they're
had
so
to.
they're vowing that they're going to fix the progression system. But okay, here's the solution, guys. Here's the solution. You make a new loot box, make it only have skins in it, and you buy those with crystals. The other loot boxes you can only buy with in-game credits. Oh, and by the way, instead of 100 credits per match, you earn 500. There's your fucking fix.
No,
That's it.
no, no.
That's
Now,
fixed.
why put him in
That's it.
boxes? Oh, time out. Hold on. Let
I'm
me go
saying
back.
you're not going to gut that whole system now.
Remember-
It's not
remember-
there, you're not getting rid of it.
The main thing they
I would
need to
get- I
take
would
down
prefer to get rid
the
of it,
cards
sure.
out of the loot boxes. That's the main
But
thing.
that's what the loot boxes are, is the cards. But what I'm saying is it's fine that It's fine that they're in boxes. That's not my
No,
problem.
It's not
My
fine.
No, just let me talk. So my problem is, you earn them so slow because you earn credits so slow. So it's the pay to win aspect for right now, at least, is gone. That's not the problem. Now the problem is, now I can't buy my way to get new shit, but it's still taking me fucking forever because the progression system is slow. So just let me earn credits faster.
But
and
what
I
is the
will have no
progression
problem
system
with
if everything's locked in the loot boxes?
Yeah,
because
let
you
me
can still buy-
let
you
me
can still
butt in
craft
here. Where I was saying earlier, Modern Warfare 2.
There is no progression system.
It's not like progression systems are like they've never been done well before. I was playing Modern Warfare 2, and it's like
Or
what
let me use the credits to buy, like in
At
the
every
first Battlefront.
point.
Well, I don't know why they messed with the first Battlefront. It was fine.
You should be
You
able
earn
to
credits from
use the
that, and
credits.
you buy the star cards with the credits from the.
You guys remember Black Ops 1? That you earn the credits and
Did
then
you
you
play
buy what
Battlefront?
you wanted. You could
That's
you
how
could take
Battlefront
that
1
out.
was.
Oh, that's what I'm going
That's
with.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
they
Is
should,
Battlefront
like,
1.
go
I don't
with
know why
that.
they messed with it. All I'm saying is that they're not going to take out the loot boxes now. It's not going to
Oh, I
happen.
know they're
I
not.
would prefer that.
Battlefront
I
didn't
would
have to
prefer
worry.
that, but they're not going to take them out. So what I'm saying is to fix the system now without having to gut it is just make people earn more fucking credits. Because then the more crafting items I get, the more items that I just can craft on my own. So I don't know. It's FUBAR. It's fucked up. I'm upset about it. Anyways, let's move on. Next up.
Yeah. Word. All right, now to the quick flash news. Well, no, wait. So what's the latest? Where did they end off the Battlefront 2 stuff? With that, it's gonna come. It's temporarily gone.
It's temporarily gone.
You
It's
can't
gonna
buy
come back
crystals,
later on in the
you can
future.
buy loot boxes with in-game credits.
There's been no
Yeah.
update on that. All right, quick flash news. First up, in anticipation for PlayStation Experience 2017, Sony has announced a lineup of exhibitors and playable titles that will be at the next month's Big Fan event. More than 80 developers will be at PSX 2017, including companies such as, can this page load? Oh, and this page doesn't even have it.
There's like Medium.
A bunch of
Will be
companies.
there with Dreams. Bend will be there with Days Gone. All the big stuff.
I mean, the big two ones that they
Supermassive
said is
gonna
gonna be
be there?
Dreams and
Days Gone.
I don't know if Ghost of Tsushima is going to be playable. Did they say anything about that?
It'll be
No, they-
there, but I don't know if it's playable. Yeah, but
Sorry.
there'll be like a booth for it. I wonder if Supermassive is going to be there with the VR stuff because I know the Impatient got delayed.
Oh, that's the next.
Next up news, the Impatient, upcoming PSVR horror title from Supermassive Games, developers of Until Dawn.
I thought this was the last week's stock. I'm sorry.
Nice. I might have been. I feel like this is old news.
I feel like this was like the day after we did the pod last week.
Has been delayed to January 23rd, 2018. All right, sure. There's a lot of VR games right now. One VR game is selling a lot. We'll find out soon. Sony has announced we definitely talked about this last week.
No, we didn't.
We talked about
This
the
happened
Skyrim
right after.
bundle.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
This happened right after that.
The
like a day
PlayStation
after.
VR Doom VFR bundle, same thing, just comes with Doom VR.
Yeah, it's the same as the Skyrim bundle, just with Doom.
Yep.
I thought this was last week also. Maybe we didn't talk about it. Bethesda and maybe I don't know. Maybe weeks long.
That's what I'm
Bethesda
saying. Like, I feel like all this news came out like the day after.
The
we
day
recorded the
after.
podcast,
Yep.
'cause I
A
remember
lot of it
reading
came
all
out
this stuff,
right
but we
after.
didn't talk about it on the pod yet.
Very possible. Bethesda announced the first of 3 DLC packs will release for Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Will release in December, with the final one releasing in March. First one, Episode 0, comes if you have the season pass or pre-order of the game. Then the first one is about an NFL.
The episode 0, if you pre-order the game, you already have that.
Yeah. If you pre-order or you have the season pass of the DLC, it's pretty much just like a short introduction to each character.
Yep.
First one's an
Joseph
NFL
Stallion.
quarterback. Then January 30th, we're getting an ex-OSS agent, Jessica Valiant, in Operation San Andreas. Oh, whoa! They get a fight in California, and the quarterback one's in fucking Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah,
That's
you're
your
skipping
job.
a lot of good stuff, man.
Oh, Mitch Trubisky.
I don't want to go into the weeds in this one, but I mean,
Let's
it's
not get
actually
into
pretty
that.
cool. And then the final DLC pack, The Amazing Deeds of Captain Wilkins, comes out in March 2018. Wow. And focuses on
Alaska.
Army hero Captain Gerald Wilkins, who travels to Alaska.
Ah.
Boy.
Black Sun. Is Black Sun from another game? That sounds familiar. Or is that real life? I don't know.
Black hole sun.
All of that content you could get for $25. GameStop's new used game rental service has been suspended. The video game retailer provided IGN with the following statement. We have elected to temporarily pause the rollout of the new Power Pass subscription service based on a few program limitations we have identified. We feel this is the right thing to do for now and ensure we provide the best experience. You know why?
It's
their cash
say
register
it.
their cash registers, like
Are too fucking old.
yeah, and not like in some
12
states
days.
they're new, but some places they're not. So it wouldn't
I
work.
think they are. They're refunding people, and I think they might be
Yeah,
giving
they are.
That's
a
funny.
free game.
or something.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
whatever. We'll see it soon. Maybe not. I don't know.
And we announced it like last week. Like we talked about the announcement news. Activision announced a delay for the launch of Call of Duty World War II's microtransaction system, which has been pushed until this week. So while you're reading this right now,
tomorrow. So
Yeah. So
Or today,
let me say a
listen to
couple
it.
things with this.
drop it.
The cut points are gonna be available Tuesday when you're listening to this.
Right now.
November 21. And there are leaks. No, I didn't put it on the doc, but there are leaks about a bunch
There are guns in the
new,
loot
three new.
boxes.
Yeah, there's gonna be 3 new supplier drops.
43.
Legendary, epic, and weapon crate. And there are 16 new weapons, and they all have variants.
yeah, I'm all set on that.
Black Ops 3 waited a couple months. Infinite Warfare waited with like 1 or 2. Now they're just waiting weeks.
They're like, yeah, fuck it. We'll
What's
just do
interesting about this one of the leaked variants had 935 etched on it, which is of course is a Treyarch Call of Duty Zombies reference. And I don't know. I think that's just kind of weird. Like really, you're
what I want to know is that
not your own like
so because the name of this game
reference
is
EXO.
Star Wars, no one cares that there's paid DLC. There's paid weapons in the game. That's the thing. If this game was called Star Wars,
You said
There
that
was
to
a
me
fight back.
earlier.
guns,
We tried
if
to
there was
fight back
guns,
there.
they only get in loot boxes in Star
There
Wars.
are YouTubers that are saying
We'll
that
have
have videos spent $2,000 on crypto
No,
keys. Let's see what I get.
here. The funny thing is that you got those same YouTubers that are making those videos.
It's insane.
When Black Ops 3 came out, that we're gonna have weapons. They're like, "Oh, don't buy them, don't buy them, don't buy
And
them."
then they bought them.
Let's show Activision that we don't need them, we don't want them. And the next day after that, bam!
Watch me
All these
spend
videos,
$1,000
like
on crypto keys.
$100
Big
in
bucks.
fucking
Big
supply
bucks.
drops. I'm like, really,
That's
guys?
what I'm saying. Is that because it's Call of Duty, no one cares. It's the
But
status.
But there's
I was telling my
Battlefront
brother
II
some like
existed
rule
because
or
it's a
law
brand
that
they care about.
that if
Call
a
of
game
Duty,
there
no
is no one. No, there is no one
cares about
above.
the integrity of Call of Duty anymore.
There is no one above Activision to tell them take it out, like there is for
Fans
EA
also don't
for
care
Disney.
as much as they do about Star Wars because Star Wars is a brand bigger than just video games.
Yeah, but why?
Call of Duty
Why
is
is that?
just-
Why is that? Who gets affected after in the long run?
yeah, no, you're right.
Disney.
Because Activision owns
Disney.
Call of Duty. EA doesn't own
Exactly.
Star Wars.
But what I'm saying is the
Agreed.
If it was
fans
for
aren't
EA,
complaining about
they
it the
wouldn't
way
taken it
they're
out,
doing
and you
about
know that.
Battlefront.
They wouldn't taken it out if it was for EA only. They wouldn't done that.
That's an
And you
interesting
know
point.
that.
I don't know.
Like if it wasn't for Disney putting the foot down, maybe. I don't know. Next one.
If they wanted to. But no, yeah, I was telling my brother that if a game exists with loot boxes, there will be a YouTuber opening $100 worth of those loot boxes.
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah, or the same day when it
Same
it's
day.
available.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. Call of Duty now has
Dedicated servers are somewhat up
Are
and down,
somewhat up,
and
yeah.
it's
Yeah, Miguel
Let's move
mentioned
on.
that earlier.
big news for me. Destiny 2's upcoming DLC expansion, Curse
And it
of
sucks.
Osiris, will feature a new type of raid experience called a raid layer. The power requirement for the raid will be 300 with the Leviathan, and then the Leviathan's going to be upgraded as well. This isn't the big news. Big news is Curse of
Let me
Osiris.
ask you this question:
What?
How many people do you think are gonna come back to play it?
So check this out. So Curse of Osiris is bringing a lot back. It's bringing, it's not bringing a lot back. It's bringing a lot to the game. A new campaign, which they released the first cinematic of, and looks amazing. Looks really cool. The Osiris and his ghost, which is a girl. Really interesting characters. And they also added this thing where there's like challenges for guns, and there's like a wheel. It's kind of like a Metroid wheel. And it shows like all these symbols, and each symbol represents its own exotic gun mission. So they're bringing that back. Like they know we love that from Destiny 1. Exotic gun missions in a bigger way is coming back in Curse of Osiris.
Yeah, but until I get different roles for exotic weapons, who cares?
Are you gonna mention?
The issue is exotic should have better perks, especially the armor. They suck
Yeah,
in
that's fair.
Destiny 1, Destiny 2.
Are you gonna mention what people that already played it have said about it?
Destin Legary from IGN got to play. I'm not sure if he played.
Probably not all of it. I'm sure he played a little section.
I mean, I think he might have said that, but I'm just like trying to think back on listening to that podcast, and that sounds a little crazy that he played the entire campaign. But he was kind of lukewarm on it, and I think that's why he did play it, because he had an issue that it didn't have an impact on their whole overall Destiny world, which I don't really care about. I like more isolated
It's just a
stories,
side story, pretty much.
but I could see that.
It's no Taking King.
Valid.
I knew it wouldn't be Taken King, though, because that'll be next year's $50 expansion.
THQ Nordic has acquired Biomutant developer Experiment 101.
This was interesting.
The Biomutant IP. Interesting because
Do you guys remember this game?
Yeah, it's the little guy,
The little like rat.
It looks like Rocket Raccoon, right?
Yep.
with like a stick or something.
There was a lot of good buzz about this game, so hopefully they don't fuck up the launch of it.
THQ interesting. It hasn't come out yet.
Experiment 101.
Just yesterday news. Sega has released a trailer for Valkyria Chronicles 4 and announced a 2018 release date. It's going to be an RPG set back in World War II setting in their weird like Europa land or some European, I think it was called, whatever. And it's that strategy, but real time like strategy like a third person shooter, pretty much.
So like Valkyria Chronicles 1.
It's going to be PS4 and Switch. Interesting. So Vita 2. It's still on the Vita.
I believe the correct way to phrase that is PlayStation 4 and other consoles.
Nice, yeah. That's a blogcast phrasing. Disney and Marvel are shutting down free-to-play action RPG Marvel Heroes. I don't understand. Wasn't this big?
It just came out like 10 months ago on console.
On console.
Doesn't Greg love it?
They love it, and now he's
from Kind of Funny. He lamented it. It sucks. I mean, Anthony Gallegos, who used to work at IGN, he's working on it. He worked on the game with a gazillion, so I mean, it sucks that
the thing that sucks is that they just said that they're gonna shut it down. They didn't put a date for the people that already pay for the next DLC.
Shout out to Gazillion though, because they did say that they're gonna take the paywalls off and just basically let you play whatever you want.
Yeah.
So until the game shuts down
right now.
No, I think
they said it's gonna shut down, but they haven't put a date when it's actually gonna like be down.
But they were saying that they're gonna remove all the pay features, so you could just for like a little like minute in like.
Yeah.
But dude, what if
do whatever you want on it?
What if last week you finally decided, I'm gonna put $50 into loot boxes in this and get Spider-Gwen? Like how
actually we're talking about how they want to get refunded, but that's you're fucked.
That's fucking crazy. Like I kind of understand it with like a Call of Duty or something, you know. Like next year, my stuff's gonna be obsolete. But dude, imagine a big like game that you think is gonna be like DC Universe or something. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
EA's altering the not only is EA altering Battlefront 2's loot boxes, but Need for Speed Payback. Not really in the limelight right now. No one's really talking about it.
No one cares about it. It hasn't been getting good reviews.
Pretty much the same issues as Battlefront 2, and they're also
those cards
pulling back on those in both games. I
think this game is DOA to be honest, but
yeah, sad.
We'll see.
Shout out to. And Criterion isn't working on this, by the way. This is Ghost Games.
Yeah, because Criterion is working on the
Battlefront vehicle
combat I mean, the vehicle gameplay is excellent. Don't get me wrong. Like they killed it. Criterion killed it. There's like way more. I didn't mention this with the campaign discussion earlier. There's way more vehicle missions in the campaign that I needed or wanted. But
2010, 2012, Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. A trifecta of 3 amazing Criterion racing games that if you haven't played.
Shout out to the Flat Out 2 minigames mode where you shoot your driver out of the windshield at like a target. That game
sounds like Twisted Metal.
Fun fact, Alkaline Trio's Mercy Me was on the soundtrack to that game.
Which one? Flat Out 2?
Flat Out 2.
Most Hot Pursuit introduced me to a lot of like bands, like solid racing songs.
Which one was the one with fucking Lil Jon? Was that Underground?
Maybe I never played Underground. You know what's funny? Not only does Need for Speed Hot Pursuit share a game with another Need for Speed Hot Pursuit early in the series, but they did it again with Most Wanted. Most Wanted. Yeah. There's 2 Most Wanted.
They rebooted 2 sub-franchises of Need for Speed.
And then last on the news list is some sales numbers hitting you hard right now. Skyrim sold more on VR in the UK for physical copies only than the Switch version. Nice.
I thought you were going to say it.
Yeah. I know Ron.
That's cool that people are interested in the VR version. That's cool.
And it seems like it runs well too, which is good.
I have that on GameFly, and if you remember, I was telling when I was talking about Farpoint, when I move around with both sticks, I get really nauseous. So I'm going to try playing Skyrim with the jumping, the teleporting mechanic.
Oh yeah, the warp.
It doesn't sound.
Are you gonna try it?
I'm going to try it a little bit. I'm going to try
to see how it feels.
But even like 10 minutes in Farpoint, moving around with both sticks got me like nauseous for an hour.
Not good.
We'll give it a try.
I don't really get nauseous with VR, so I'm hopeful for Skyrim that it doesn't do that to me.
I originally didn't. I like some reverse tolerance.
I want to get through. Wolfenstein and maybe dabble with Evil Within and Assassin's Creed, and then I'm gonna rent Skyrim after those games are out of my log. And
then last up on that sales note, Battlefront II sold 60% less than the first Battlefront in its
2015
in the UK.
The United Kingdom. So I don't know. Maybe
there's actually is one more item on the list too. We'll just go through it real quick.
Oh, the big one. How can we miss this one?
Nice. Y'all read that?
So they announced. So Ubisoft announced Rainbow Six Siege Year 3 content. So there's going to be 8 new operators as usual. And they also announced an Outbreak mode, Operation Chimera Outbreak.
Tell me about it, Anthony.
Because of the
zombies, I think I saw.
2 operators are being added. Are biohazard specialists. They will be playable in multiplayer as well as Outbreak, the game's first co-op event. Outbreak will be available for free for all players. PvE, yep. Outbreak will be free for all players.
Yep, PvE.
And will take place over a 4-week period. Playing during Outbreak will allow players to unlock cosmetic items that are exclusive to the event.
Is Siege still free to play this weekend? It's Monday. That's a ridiculous question. It's not even a weekend.
Yeah, it's probably over. So yeah, I don't know if they explicitly say zombies, but it's pretty much zombies.
Infected.
There's stuff in the files that it pretty much clarifies that. Yeah, it implies that it
doesn't explicitly say it, but we're assuming it's zombies.
And then also one thing I just remembered we missed. Noctis is coming to Tekken 7.
Noctis, so the little cutscene they the reveal trailer was kind of
Braham or something. And TMNT is coming to Injustice 2. This is an interesting time for fighting games.
The Islander report that won't end, I guess.
One last thing.
You know what you have?
Oh my God, we're on 20 fucking items.
Let's see.
It's all good. This one's important.
Holy shit, this is a long episode.
The 10-year birthday for Uncharted.
This is good to bring up. Yep.
So, if you go to your PlayStation Store, you're gonna. There you go. You're done. All right. No.
I thought you were about to get a vuvuzela.
Can I finish it real quick?
Yeah, go.
Good.
All right. So. You're gonna be able to download some themes and some profile avatars.
Dynamic themes for your PlayStation.
Oh, and some skins and stuff like that.
It, maybe
you got
to annoy your wife.
You got from now till December 10th.
Go get that shit. It's free. Yeah, it's awesome.
Go replay the Uncharted if you want. Those are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta replay. I never beat Uncharted.
Pretty okay.
1. That's the only one I never beat.
Never beat one.
I beat every single Uncharted except for 1, so I got to go back to it.
There's little creepy crawlies at the end. You know about those?
Yeah, just like the blue fucking gorillas.
So stupid. They come out of nowhere. They actually come out of nowhere. But you know it doesn't come out of nowhere because we warn you heavily. The list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform is read by your best friends.
Oh man, I'm really sorry if this is your first time listening to this podcast because we are never this sloppy.
If this is your first time listening, tell us where you found us because we have no idea how to get more listeners.
That's also a good point.
First up for the week of this November 21st, 2017 is Axiom Verge PS4, PS Vita retail. There's been an issue actually recently with indie games having to pay a $10,000 fee if they want to get the ESA, I think. To get printed, and limited run games is having huge issues with this. One guy who works on limited run games who make copies, physical copies of games for small indie games, have sell his house or something or mortgage his house. I don't know, really fucking sucks. Don't make a stupid fee, $10,000 for a goddamn indie game to go into a disc. Next up, Battle of the Bulge, PS4 digital, out 11/22. Monsters of the Deep, Final Fantasy 15, PSVR digital. That's that one they've been showing for a while, the one that's not really the first one they showed, and turns out it's just a fishing game. Planet of the Apes Lost Frontier, PS4 digital. Could have swore this was like
This game came out for like 5 minutes by accident. And then they
leaked,
took it off the store.
revealed, came out, didn't come out, and came out again within like 4 days. And then last
Heard
but
it's cool,
not least, because I'm going to download this right after. I'm pretty
Is it
sure
free?
it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free. Rec Room for PSVR. This is a digital game. It's like a little like Second Life, but like there's more to do. Second Life, I'm just like trying to think like a game where like you have avatar representations. And I played on Oculus.
Can we play this together in VR?
100%. I'm with it. I'm going to
All right,
download
I'll
it tonight if it's possible.
If it's free, I'll download it like this week and we can play it.
100%. All right, and that's the drop. Quiet week because it is.
There's nothing coming out this week because all the big games are now out.
This week is usually the weakest, the like the least games out of the entire year.
Because if a big game came out this week, it'd be going on sale 3 days later. So that's why nothing.
Something that we forgot to mention.
Hate us.
That Operations White Noise.
What is that?
They're gonna start
Rainbow Six Siege.
Six Siege. That's the final of the season. Season 2.
Yep.
They announced 3 new operators and a new map. They're gonna come out in the next couple of weeks.
So we'll check that out when it launches because Miguel and I did play on the extra live stream that we did, and we got to do a couple more of those before the end of the year.
Yeah.
We did
great
play
game.
some of the new operators. So once the new ones drop, maybe we'll do a stream of that too.
Hey, listeners, do you play Rainbow Six Siege? Let us know on Facebook.com/group/PSBestFriends.
And tell Jeffrey to buy it so he can play with us because the game's fun as shit.
Send it to me.
Black
Questions
Friday
of the week.
is gonna be 25
new game.
games.
Play old games. LA Noir.
It is an old game. It is an old game. Go get it. It's on sale. Go get it. Question of the week comes from
Yes,
Kieran
now actually.
Maharaj. Okay, Kieran Maharaj says, "What is the gang's take on YouTube or Twitch walkthroughs? Personally, beginning to enjoy it on YouTube. I don't have time or money to play everything I want, so it gives them a chance to enjoy story-based games. What do you guys think of these?
So watching a game.
Yeah, like a playthrough or walkthrough.
Okay,
So
I was thinking maybe for help, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, so if you're talking about people actually playing the games,
Like
because
Let's
you
Plays,
don't
I
have time to play
Yeah.
them yourself, I like what Gav and the UK team from IGN do with Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It's called Prepare to Try. Prepare to Try is what they call it.
What is that? What's the pitch? Because I always saw that, but I don't know what it is. What is
It's
it?
them just playing through the game. It's Rory playing through all the games, and they made a crazy, fucked up looking demon character called Finchy, and it's them playing
Let's
through
Play.
it. It's essentially a Let's Play, but they break it the way that it's the way that they break it up works really well. Where it's like you're watching Rory play through the game, but it's not really like spoiling a lot of it. It's kind of just like he does a boss fight, and then they fuck around with some naked weird guy in like a back alley, and like it's entertaining. It's good, but yeah, it's pretty much a
Is it
Let's
cut
Play.
up or is it straight through?
It's cut up.
Okay, so yeah,
But I like
that's
the way they do it.
That's
It's also similar to like Brian Altano and Zach Ryan do Link together, where they would like each play with half of a
one
Joy-Con.
guy has a Joy-Con. Yeah, I like what the unique takes on it. I used
I
to
would
be
love to do that with Skyrim with someone. That
I
would be
used
so
to
fun.
be really into Game Grumps and watched heavy Game Grumps in terms of Let's Plays, but that was really more for the comedy and like the content rather than
Like
watching
entertainment value of it.
Yeah, entertainment rather than like knowing what's going on in the game.
Now, if you're talking as far as just getting help with playing the games, I prefer to just read a walkthrough so it's not showing me or spoiling anything. I could just be like if I'm stuck at one specific part and I'm like, I don't know what knob to turn or you know what I mean? It's just like I go look it up on the written guide and then I go back to my game. So it's not ruining anything. I don't accidentally scrub too far and then I see that this character actually
what?
The whole time. You know what I mean?
Karan, I do that. I don't watch the game, but I would play the game along with a guide, so I go through it faster. I'm doing that with.
So
Hellboy
maybe
now.
that's what he's saying with but he watches like the video version of it.
The only time I ever stopped playing a game and said
Not
fuck
against
it, I'm gonna watch it on the rest of it on YouTube was Last Guardian.
Oh, dude, I didn't. Nope. you know that gif of fucking Frank
sucked.
from Always Sunny where he's like, nope. That's me with The Last Guardian. Nope. All right, game time. It is time to close out the episode. What were you gonna say real quick before we move
Did
on?
you play it? Last Guardian ever?
I played like the first like hour of it, and I was like, I can't deal with
Why
it.
on GameFly too?
Yeah, I sent it back. I can't deal with it.
Controlling that motherfucking thing.
controlling everything about the game was awful. Anyways, that's an old game. The theme of Game 10 this week is actually old games. Not super
Oh
old.
my God! Timeout. Islander Report coming back from the dead.
Oh my
fucking
God.
Game Awards. All right, let's just do a quick shout out to Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards. Usually the big, like, a lot of announcements, trailers we see. Pretty big, I guess, awards for the industry, you know. Nominees for Game of the Year. We'll just go over those because PlayStation has 2 exclusives up there with Persona 5 and Horizon Zero Dawn, matched by Nintendo with their 2 exclusives of Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
And the PC exclusive.
The PC Xbox ecosystem is PUBG. 5 games, all fantastic. Let's just go quick. What is everyone's Game of the Year out of this TGA's 5? I'm gonna go with Mario Odyssey.
What we think they're getting? Wait,
what's your Game of the Year out of this 5?
Like, what do we think it will be, or what do we pick as it?
Let's just go. What do you want out? Yeah. What do you? Which game did you?
I think that Horizon Zero, going back and dipping back into it last week when Frozen Wilds reminded me that game is fucking great. So I would probably go Horizon Zero Dawn, but I feel like if I played Persona 5 more, I might have went Persona 5.
Persona 5 is not going to win.
Yeah,
and I've played every single game.
Here, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down for you guys.
Persona 5 won't win, but it would have been.
How did it get up as a nom? That's crazy.
A lot of people liked it, man.
Yep. I'm going to break it down for you guys real quick, all right? This is what's going to happen. All right. I got the ins, ins and outs. PUBG is not gonna win. Persona 5 is not gonna win.
And then Mario and Zelda
between Mario and Zelda are gonna split the
Horizon
votes. In Horizon, the rightful fucking champion is gonna win it.
Early.
That's what's gonna happen.
That people have been thinking Mario and Zelda are gonna cannibalize each other's sales because people are gonna pick one or the other.
Go to Horizon.
That would be so
PUBG is just gonna take it over, and everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Think deserves it is PUBG, but I won't be mad if PUBG wins. We'll talk about the whole should PUBG be nominated thing later in another podcast because we got to get to game time because we got to wrap this up because this has been a train wreck of an episode.
Yeah, and also
an hour so far.
For most anticipated, I thought this was amazing.
Oh, this one's stupid. This one makes no sense.
Got a couple PlayStation games nominated, right?
Yeah, but this shouldn't be a thing.
What are your?
You got Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, God of War. I think Death Stranding is in there too, right?
No, it's not. Wow, holy shit! I thought if you just Google it, you get it. Jeff Keighley.
Go to the
right now.
page.
No, but you could vote in Google's thing because I saw that. It was pretty interesting. But how are you? There's a best Chinese game that I don't really understand. How that's like a thing.
Welcome to PS Best Friends episode 28, where
yes, most anticipated game presented by McCafe: Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead 2, Monster Hunter World, Marvel's Spider-Man, and God of War. I mean, there's 3 exclusives. One that's pretty much an exclusive, like being marketed.
Wait, you didn't mention Spider-Man?
I did say Spider-Man. Spider-Man, God of War, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead 2, Last of Us Part 2. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to game time. How do we forget this?
Yeah,
wow.
we'll talk about it. There was so much news this week. We'll talk more. I feel like next week's going to be boring. Like I feel like it'll be a slow week. So we'll talk about Game Awards, and we'll talk about what we plan to do for our personal Game of the Year discussions next week because we need to kind of go over that. Just kind of finalize what we're going to do for Game of the Year. But now it's time for game time. And that is when I choose 5 games, check their PlayStation version Metacritic scores, and then Jeffrey and Miguel get to guess what the score is. So we are 2-1 Miguel.
You seem like you're questioning
3 weeks. So so Miguel is up 2-1, right? This is the 4th week.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
We gotta keep track on some type of documentation.
Yes, I am. I win every time, dude. What are you gonna? No contest.
Just make a new page in the sheet.
I'll put it in the Excel.
I'm gonna have to double check that.
First game of the week we're gonna do, and the theme this week is PS3/PSP era games.
Oh,
Ooh,
Shit,
PSP. I'm off on that. That's a.
Same here, but we'll figure out.
First game, Fallout, New Vegas.
Oh, Fallout.
I'll go first. 83.
Fallout
Fun
New
fact,
Vegas.
This had a contract based on its Metacritic score.
You said what, Jeffrey?
I think
said
I
83.
84. Fuck it.
82 point, Jeffrey.
The
next game.
Definitely 2-1.
Really?
You know? If you're a listener and you know the actual score.
It's definitely 2-1.
All right, fine. I added it.
I think, well, is that counting the first week when we did the other game?
No, I'll keep it pure. Let's keep it pure to the Metacritic. That was
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
All right, someone, Jake Jericho, let us know, because I'm sure you're keeping score. Next game, PS3 sensation, Haze.
Haze?
There you go.
Oh man,
Remember this game?
I bought that.
I know it's low.
It's the one with like the helmet with the crack, like you could see the guy's eye through the crack in the helmet on the cover.
Really bad first-person shooter.
Yeah,
I feel like
it was a fun demo, and that was it.
I feel like it's under 60. I'm gonna go in the 55.
No, Haze is not 55 because everyone knows Haze is a solid 63.
It is
Really?
55 on the dot.
Oh,
When he said 55, I was like, oh shit.
I should have read
because I
yours.
remember everybody was hating on
If
it.
one of
It's,
you
like, really
guys
bad.
get it exactly, do you want me to let the other person guess, or you want me to just tell you right there that they got it?
No, let's just guess. I guess.
No, because if you match it, then it's a tie. Oh, wait, that makes no sense. Wait, can I match him? Can we
You can
both
match it if you want, but then if you're both
No,
wrong.
No. Just don't say
then
anything.
that wouldn't be a game because then why don't we just match?
Yeah, don't say anything. Let's just.
Next game. The fucking Mac notes corrected Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty to Watch and Clank Quest for Booty. So
Watch is my favorite part.
Yeah. Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty, the DLC for Ratchet. It was separate, but it was tied to the story of Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction.
It was, yeah, I remember it was like its first like downloadable.
Yeah,
game.
it was a standalone game, but the story directly followed Tools of Destruction.
You know what
Which
that means?
game was great.
I got on this one. I'm gonna shoot you with Ratchet and Clank 79.
I feel like going higher, but 75. Let's go down.
76 point, Miguel.
Oh fuck!
Really? They were very lenient with PS3 scores back in the day. I remember they were kind of giving.
Well, I remember there was a period that the games were like somewhat kind of average. So
Interesting, yeah.
for those games,
2-1.
This next game was one of the free games you were able to redeem after the great PlayStation blackout. The PSP sensation, Killzone Liberation.
Ah, damn! I thought you were gonna say Pursuit Force.
Killzone.
Liberation. Okay. Yours, right?
This was the one where you use you're just like a little character walking around a map and you have
Top-down
to
game. It was very cool. I don't think I ever beat it.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Resistance was great. Liberation? Oh no, this was
Burning Skies.
Retribution, I think.
There was Retribution for PSP and then Burning Skies for
Burning Skies. We're gonna talk about.
Retribution.
I'm gonna go with
Not Niantic. Who are they called? Instinct. The developers of Burning Skies.
I don't know. Give me a guess.
78.
78. No, this was a solid. This was 83.
77.
Wow, really?
And this week goes to Miguel again. 3-1. Last game. This is actually two games we can do real quick.
What do you got?
I don't think Jeffrey has to get both of them on the dot to have a chance. Little Big Planet for PSP and Little Big Planet for PlayStation Vita.
Wow, there was one on the PSP. Holy shit.
It was great too. I loved it on the PSP. But you got to get both of these right to tie it.
I like that.
Oh, he needs to. Okay. Oh, wait.
Okay, no, the PSP is 76 and
you lost.
Is 88.
You got the Vita one right, but you got the PSP one wrong. 87 for PSP and 88.
87 on PSP? What?
It was great, dude. That sucks though. If you had gotten the Vita one right first, and then got the PSP one wrong, I would.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Miguel takes another one home. He is up 3-1. He's gonna win something at the end of the year. Probably, actually, just nothing. Maybe I'll just do the doc for him 1 week or something, or maybe Jeffrey will have to do the doc for that week.
It's gonna be fucking Destiny all over the place.
And for the Island Report this week, it's Destiny. And
I'll just copy the this week at Bungie.
This has been the PS Best Friends podcast. For any questions, comments, concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. You can also join in on the conversation, give us questions for the episodes by joining us on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. I apologize for my my stuffiness this week. Hopefully I'll be feeling a little better next week, or maybe I'll just remember to take some Dayquil before we start the pod. And Miguel, where can people find you?
Like, that's gonna work, right? People can find me if anyone wants to play some Call of Duty Ghosts, the hit game. Everybody's playing it right now.
Yo, there are still people on Modern Warfare 2
I know.
on PS3.
So that's good. That game's the GOAT. So
If anyone wants to play with me, just add me at Dark Angel 1010 or follow me at Twitter at Angel Alvarez 10. I don't post much, but yeah.
And you can find me, Brawl96 on PSN, Mr. Brawl96 everywhere else.
If you like Destiny, follow him.
I'm looking at this comment on the drop this week, and it's this dude asking for CD playback in the PS4. It says PS4 firmware features request.
God.
It would be great if we get these features: CD playback, backwards compatibility.
I hope
level.
if anyone's still listening, CD Projekt Red pretty much burned every developer.
Maybe put that on next week's doc. Well, I want to.
All right.
We'll mention that next week.
How can I forget? That was great.
Anthony,
where can people find you?
PlayStation Network or Xbox Live. Miguel and I were messing around with some Forza Horizon 3, but mostly PlayStation these days. You can catch me at the Only X188, and you can also find us on our Twitch stream. We want to do some stuff this weekend on this long holiday weekend. So you can find us twitch.tv/PSBestFriends. And don't forget, you can still donate to our Extra Life page. All proceeds will go, I believe it's all proceeds.
For me.
Yeah. Check the terms of service for Extra Life. But I'm pretty sure the proceeds all go to the Boston Children's Hospital. And also don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Overcast, Downcast, whatever you use. Give us a 5-star review. That will definitely help us out a lot. It'll get more people listening to the show, which will give us more of a reason to do this every week. We'll never bring you ads, so we just got to give you a little bit of housekeeping at the end, so you don't need to get bombarded.
Ads, but we'll talk about GameFly for hours unpaid.
We really are not paid for GameFly. Actually, if we could get paid for GameFly.
This episode is brought to you by GameFly.
It is not brought to you by GameFly. This has been the PS Best Friends podcast episode.
It's brought to you by Gary.
Games and Blu-rays.
Oh boy!
Hey, if you keep saying it, you know what happens, man. They might just be like, "Okay, let me throw you a bone here and there."
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Even if I could just get a free monthly subscription, that'd be dope. But now we're just kind of groveling. We're sorry.
From
this
GameStop
has been a total train wreck. We promise we will be.
The Hot Wheels DLC is lit.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Watch the Punisher. The Punisher Netflix.
What
just watch
is going on right now? This has been the PS Best Friends podcast, episode 28. We will catch you.
What you think of Justice League?
Oh, Justice League is great, man. It's 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is the greatest movie ever.
Stop. What's up, guys? So I just realized that I didn't give my final thoughts on Star Wars Battlefront 2 for this week's episode of the PS Best Friends podcast, so I figured I'd give you a quick little video on my thoughts, and that way I don't have to have Jeffrey and Miguel interrupting me every 2 seconds. So here's the deal. Battlefront 2, I think overall, for a Star Wars fan, is a good package for $60. If you are just a casual Star Wars fan, or if you're just a competitive shooter fan, I think it's kind of rough to recommend this game in its current state. I really am of two minds of this game. Coming from a diehard Star Wars fan, I mean, the fact that I can storm the beaches of Kashyyyk and I can run around Theed as Princess Leia. Obviously the daughter of former Queen Amidala. Like, it's this little nerdy shit like that I love. That makes me love Battlefront 2. But to someone that's not really familiar with all that, it's just I want to play as Darth Vader, I want to play as Luke Skywalker, all these iconic things that more quote-unquote casual fans like. It's hard to recommend it right now. The progression system is totally botched, especially because they removed the ability to pay to win, quote-unquote pay to win. Now it's just a broken progression system because you earn so few credits and everything costs a crap ton of credits. So far I've put in maybe 10 hours into the multiplayer. I have Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader unlocked. Those are the two most expensive characters. They're both 15,000 credits each. I also have Emperor Palpatine unlocked. He's 10,000. So I have, I think, 3 heroes left to unlock, and those are Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and Iden Versio, who is, the main character from the campaign. And if you want to know my general thoughts on the campaign, check out this week's episode of the PS Best Friends podcast. But so it's tough because like you feel like you do so well in a round where you can just totally shut out a team. You can go get 30 eliminations, have 18 kills and 4 deaths, and then you get 200 credits at the end. Just to put into perspective, one loot box for a trooper loot box is, I believe, 4,000 credits. So it's a grind. It's a real big grind, and it sucks. But the pay to win part of it, I don't think was the problem. I think it's just the fact that the slow progression of it is the problem. And I think they need to figure that out, and I don't know if they're going to figure it out, to be honest. I don't know why they had to change it from Battlefront 1, where you could just buy each individual star cards, but we're stuck with it. So I'm going to try and be optimistic about it. I'm hoping they fix it. I'm still having fun playing the game anyways. I just might need to play it a little bit less competitively, and just kind of turn my brain off and just play it as if, hey, I'm a droid storming Kamino's cloning facility. You know what I mean? Like, I think I just need to play it more for fun. The arcade mode is fun. I didn't really play that type of stuff in the first game, and I don't see myself playing it that much in this game, but it's there if you want it. There is a credit cap on it. You don't earn that many credits from it anyways, so it's kind of irrelevant, to be totally honest. Unless you were going to grind 15 hours of arcade mode in one day, you're not going to get even if they didn't put a cap on it, you're not going to earn enough to get a loot box anytime in the first week of playing it. But it is fun if you're more into the arcade mode type stuff. The challenges are kind of cool. One of them is called Wipe Them Out, and you get to play as Darth Maul and kill all the clone troopers in Theed, even though there weren't clone troopers at that point in the Star Wars story. But it's fine. That's the little nerdy shit that I'm talking about that I noticed. VO, the performances are great. Janina Gavankar is excellent as Iden Versio. I feel really bad. I don't remember the actor's name, but the character of Del Miko I really liked as well. I got to look him up and shout him out in the podcast next week. But I thought that he was excellent as well. Couple of performances for quote unquote sound-alike voice actors. Did a good job. I guess Matthew Mercer was the voice of Luke Skywalker. He tried his best. He just doesn't sound like Mark Hamill. But the performance itself was fine. But he did do Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren, I mean, he has a voice modulator on him, so it's it's going to sound like Kylo Ren just because it's voice modulator. I don't know who did Han Solo. He sounds just like Han Solo, so that was awesome. I think they may have actually gotten Billy D. Williams as Lando, because it did sound exactly like Lando, and I know Billy D. did VO for Rebels. So it's very possible they could have just grabbed him at the same time as doing Rebels VO and maybe said, hey, can you do a couple lines for the game? I mean, I'm sure it's not a couple, but you know what I'm saying. So the VO was good. The visuals of the game, both in-engine and, pre-rendered cutscenes are gorgeous. And I'm a huge fan of The Force Unleashed 2. I know it's a divisive game. I know it's a super short game, just like this game is super short campaign-wise. But I thought it was, from a cinematic perspective, and this is the Star Wars fan in me, again, coming out. I think the campaign of this game is kind of like a greatest hits of Star Wars, where it's like you get a little bit of Iden's story, and I do wish that the whole thing was only Iden's story, because it would have been way cooler. But the way that it ended up shaking out, it is kind of a greatest hits of go play this mission as Lando, then go play this mission as Han, then go play this mission as Leia, and in between you're getting missions of Iden. And so it was kind of neat seeing, revisiting, like Sullust was in Battlefront 1 as a multiplayer map. Getting a mission there was kind of neat. Revisiting Cloud City is always cool. Takadana, you get to see Maz's bar, but during the original trilogy era. So I thought that was kind of cool, getting to see Maz Kanata's kind of watering hole about 30 years before you see it in Force Awakens. That was pretty rad. But yeah, overall, EA just borked this game. And I feel bad for DICE and Motive and Criterion because the dialogue is all about that, and rightfully so. The progression needs to be fixed for multiplayer. But I think the skeleton there is good. The gameplay feels good. It does feel a little bit different than the first Battlefront, so it took me a little bit to get used to that. But once I got used to the way this game is specifically, as far as like the little things like gun sway feels a little different. The reticles, once you know guns with scopes, they just look visually different. So getting used to that stuff. Once I got past that, the gameplay is all there. It's just fixing the progression. And then once the progression is fixed, I would recommend this game to any Star Wars fan, even if you're a casual Star Wars fan. But until that is fixed, the only people I can recommend this to are diehard Star Wars fans that want to see Iden Versio's story play out. And even that, we got to wait until free DLC to see how the real story ends. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it kind of ends with they might as well have said, check back in a month when the free DLC is out, because that's kind of the way the campaign ended with Iden's story. But the way that it ended, like teasing the DLC, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be cool. So yeah, this is a game I'm gonna have to come back to. I'm gonna keep playing it, but as far as talking about it on the pod, I'm gonna need to revisit my kind of review, quote unquote, of what I think of it. Just because I'm hoping that they overhaul this progressions thing, but we'll see. I mean, the fact that Bob Iger dropped the hammer, I thought was a little overkill in maybe a good way. So we'll see. But like I said, overall, if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you probably already have this game. If not, go get it. If you're a casual Star Wars fan, maybe see if you can grab it on sale. Or wait until you hear more about what the changes to the progression system for multiplayer will be. And if you're just a multiplayer, like if you're a Battlefield person, just stick to Battlefield for now. Once the game's fixed, then maybe jump in if you're just looking for, a space version of Battlefield. But otherwise, just stick to Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 4, whatever you're playing. But yeah, so this has been kind of my just free-flowing thoughts on Battlefront 2. I don't really like to give review scores because it's kind of arbitrary. Like, review scores are arbitrary. But I would say if you could rent this game first, probably rent it, and then if you like it, keep it. I do own it. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. I already, like I said, I put 10 hours into multiplayer probably so far, maybe if not more, and then I beat the campaign. So, but yeah, if you have played Battlefront 2 and you have any thoughts, let us know on our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. And as always, we will see you next week.